Hello everyone, and welcome to my Dungeoneering guide. This will be my Dungeoneering guide for the abandoned floors. Every floor that you attempt will have a boss at the end of it. Your team will have to kill this boss in order to use the exit and get the Dungeoneering experience. There are a whole range of different bosses, each with their own strengths and weaknesses. Bosses will be more difficult if your team is more experienced in terms of combat stats. Feel free to skip to one of these bosses if you need one in particular. If the boss you want wasn't on that list, click one of these annotations. The Bal'lak Beast boss is a boss found on the abandoned floors. To kill this boss, you'll need to have a pickaxe. If you don't have one, you can pick one up from in the corner of the room, opposite the entrance. This will be a novite pickaxe, so it's better off getting a higher leveled one if possible. But anyway, equip the pickaxe and then start chipping away at the Bal'lak Beast's armor. You can see how much armor the beast has at the top of the screen. Every time you hit with the pickaxe, it'll chip a little bit of armor away. That's pretty much all there is to the first half of killing the Bal'lak Beast. In terms of its attacks, it can use all three attack styles, and if you run underneath the beast, it can trample you, and hit a lot of damage, so don't run underneath the beast, whatever you do. For prayer, you should use either protection from magic or protection from melee. Use protection from melee if you have low melee defense, but otherwise use protection from magic. That's pretty much all there is to killing the beast. Just chip away with the pickaxe. Once the beast's armor is broken, you can attack it with regular weapons, and they'll do full damage. If possible, you should use crush, because it is weak to crush. But it doesn't really matter if you're on your own, but if you're in a team, using crush is beneficial. And that's pretty much all there is to killing the Bal'lak Beast. You just have to chip away its armor and then kill it. Once the Bal'lak Beast dies, you can finish the dungeon. The Hobgoblin Geomancer is another of the early abandoned floor bosses. To kill this, you should not use any prayers. If you use prayer and it uses its prayer disabling attack, it can heal itself quite significantly, so it's highly advised not to use any prayers when killing this boss. The Geomancer can use magic and melee attacks, but its magic attack is far more dangerous, so use high magic defense armor, or no armor at all if you don't have access to the magic defense armor. The Geomancer can also use a bind attack, which will depend on where you're placed next to it. If, for instance, if you're located right next to the Hobgoblin Geomancer and it uses its bind on you, it will bind you and then teleport away from you, so you can't use melee against it. In this case, you should switch to your range weapon and start ranging it until the bind wears off. If you are outside of melee range and it uses its bind, it will teleport right next to you. So you can use this to your advantage if you're quite familiar with this boss. Once the boss has been killed, finish the dungeon. The Skeletal Horde is another of the early abandoned floor bosses. You'll notice that there is a Divine Skinweaver on the raised platform in the northwest of this room. If you walk on this platform, the Divine Skinweaver will start healing you. So if you need some health, you can run to that and it will heal you. This will gradually increase over time. So it will start off healing low and then it will eventually start healing very high amounts. In terms of the monsters in this room, skeletons will continuously spawn, up to I think it's about 6 or 7 at a time maximum. The skeletons that spawn out of the tunnels can use any of the attack styles depending on which skeleton spawns out of the tunnel. You should use a protection prayer which protects you from the most skeletons in the room. So for instance, if there's 5 magic using skeletons in the room, you should protect against magic. To complete this boss, you'll have to kill the skeletons in the room. After you kill a certain amount of skeletons, the Skin Weaver will tell you to block the tunnel entrances. There's 5 tunnel entrances located around the room, and once you block the tunnel, the skeletons won't spawn out of that tunnel anymore. Continue killing all the skeletons that you can until you've blocked all the tunnel entrances. At this point you will have to just finish off the remaining skeletons, and then the Divine Skin Weaver will allow you to finish the dungeon. Due to a recent update, the Skin Weaver will only heal one person at a time. It used to heal everyone at the same time, so now it's more difficult, this boss. And that's pretty much all there is to killing this. If you want to, you can use Crush against the skeletons, but you should really only use this if they're really high levels. As I said, talk to the Skin Weaver, and then you can finish the dungeon. The Unholy Cursebearer is a really easy boss on the abandoned floors. To kill this, you should use protection from magic, as it is a magic user, and just basically kill it as fast as you can. It can use Rot on you, which will slowly drain your stats. If your stats get really low, you can go to the fonts at the edge of the dungeon room and recharge your stats like that, but it will heal the Cursebearer if you do this too often, so I should only do it once your stats get really low. But anyway, once the Unholy Cursebearer dies, you can finish the dungeon. The Shadow Forger boss is found only on the abandoned 2 floors. This boss can use a wide array of attacks. It can use a melee attack when it spins around. It can use a fairly fast magic attack, and it can also use this green bubble thing attack, which is unavoidable. And its most dangerous attack is when it glows. If you don't hide behind the pillar when it does this, you'll be hit for massive damage. So whenever it starts to glow, just quickly run and hide behind the pillar. Other than that, just use protection from magic and kill the Shadow Forger. Once it dies, you can finish the dungeon. Bal'lak the Pummeler is the final abandoned floor boss. To kill this one, you should use protection from melee if you're being directly attacked by Bal'lak. Otherwise, you should use protection from magic. The Bal'lak the Pummeler, you'll notice, has a defense bar at the top of the screen. This will increase when you're in the Bal'lak's room. To lower his defense, you can either teleport out and wait for 1 minute and then re-enter, or you can lure the demon to the portals that appear on the ground, and this will slowly lower his defense back down. That's pretty much all there is to killing this boss. He's pretty easy. One of his attacks can disable your protection prayers, so just be cautious if you're in a large team. Once he dies, you can finish the dungeon.
Up too early, feels so bright. I didn't get much sleep last night.